And once again, I'd like to welcome you guys back to another episode of Hollywood Insiders. In today's comprehensive episode, we chronicle the epic journey of the Shy-Lites, one of the most influential R&B and soul vocalists in music history. Formed on the south side of Chicago in 1959 as the Hi-Lites, the group paid tribute to their hometown by evoking into the Shy-Lites, led by the masterful songwriter of Eugene Records and the vision of Marshall Thompson. They dominated the 1970s Billboard charts with timeless masterpieces like Have You Seen Her and the #1 smash Oh Girl. Boy, I tell you, when I hear those two songs, it brings back some memories there, boy, I tell you. Personally, I was born in 1962, so I grew up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and so on. But doing this review on this particular group brings back a memory, a lot of childhood memories and a lot of first things, first love affair, first dance with a girl when I was a teenager, especially seeing the title of Have You Seen Her? Tell me, have you seen her? And oh girl, oh man. But what happened after the flash bulbs faded? We pulled back the curtains on their decades of lined-up shifts, labeled financial struggles, personal tragedies, and triumphs. We also look at the modern legacy, including a sample on Beyonce, Crazy in Love, and the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Finally, we find out where they are today. As the last man standing, founding member Dr. Marshall Thompson keeps the group's legendary fame burning bright, actively touring and releasing fresh music well into 2026. Subscribe to Hollywood Insiders for more deep dives into the legendary figures who shaped modern entertainment. The Shy-Lites are an indispensable pillar of American soul music, carving out a legendary space with their distinct, sweet Chicago soul sound. Unlike the gritty urban blues traditional to Chicago or the swing heavy orchestras of Philadelphia, the group built their fame on lush 4-part harmony, smooth falsetto, and striking emotional. The early formation in 1959/1968, the origin. The group formed in 1959 at Chicago Hyde Park High School. The fusion, it began when Marshall Thompson and Citadel Red Jones of a group called the Decino joined the forces when Eugene's Record and Robert Swirled Lester from the Chanterelles, the Evolution. They initially performed as the Hi-Lites. In 1964, they changed their name to Marshall and then the Shy-Lites to honor their hometown, Chicago, later shortening it simply to the Shy-Lites. The mastermind, Eugene Records, naturally emerged as the primary lead singer, producer, and brilliant songwriter of the group. The golden era in chart dominant 1969/1974. The group signed with Brunswick Records in 1968 and went to the score 11 top 10 singles on the Billboard R&B charts. Their signature songwriting relied on a powerful partnership between Eugene Records and his partners. Celebrated artist Barbara Ackerman, Have You Seen Her? 1971. This track skyrocketed them to global fame, famous for its spoken words, intro monologue, Oh Girl, 1972, propelled by a forlorn harmonica, melody, and flawless harmonies. It became their first and only #1 smash hit on the Billboard Hot 100. Social commentary. Beyond romance, they released heavy social and political protest tracks like For God's Sake, Give Me a Year More Power to the People, and There Will Never Be Any Peace Till God is Seated at the Conference Table. Boy, I think that's an interesting one. Financial turmoil and lineup changes. Brunswick collapsed. By 1975, the massive legal financial issues plagued Brunswick Records, severely crushing the label and fracturing the group mainstream momentum. The departures. Citadel Jones left in 1973, and Eugene's record departed in 1976 to pursue a solo career. Though the records returned briefly in 1980 for a minor resurgence, including the 1983 hit Bottoms Up. He left permanently in 1988. Sampling and cultural resurgence. The music of the Shylights stayed deeply embedded in modern pop culture through timeless music or musical sampling. Beyonce anthem, The Icon, brass horn hook from Beyonce 2003 hits. Crazy in Love is a direct sample of the Shylights 1970 track Are You My Woman? Tell Me So. Pop culture. The song has been heavily spotlighted, and iconic television shows like the HBO The Sopranos. Where are they today? The present era. Over the decades, the group suffered immense losses. Citadel Jones passed away in 1994, followed by Eugene's record in 2005. Robert Square Lester in 2010, and newly longtime member Frank Reed in 2014. Tragically, later members Fred Simmons and Warren Tipton both passed away recently. The last man standing at 83 years old, founding member Dr. Marshall Thompson, keeps the legendary group legacy alive, known affectionately as the godfather of all vocal groups. He continues to lead the current touring lineup. Hollywood Walk of Fame. Decades of history were officially cemented when the group was honored with their own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. New music. Marshall Thomas refuses to slow down, releasing a special collaboratory single, Happy Birthday to the Baddest Girl in the World, across major streaming networks to connect with a brand new generation of soul music fans. The Shylights 1974 song, and I thought I'd do a special Q&A on this song because I hear a lot of people, a lot of fans and old-time patrons of old school music talk about the song Toby, what it means and where it comes from. The Shallite 1974 song, Toby, tells a tragic story of childhood love, separation, and southern grief. Co-writer by lead singer Eugene Record and Barbara Acklin, the song followed two childhood friends who shared everything growing up, only to be separated when the narrator leaves for school. The plot of the song, The Bond. The songs open by reminiscing about a deep childhood connection where they shared all the hurts and tears and were always together. The separation. The narrator leaves for school while sweetheart Toby waited back home. The twist. Returning home on spring vacation, the narrator attempts to call Toby but gets no answer. Sensing something is wrong, he runs to her house. The heartbreak. Toby's mother answered the door and breaks the devastating news. The lyric revealed that Toby passed away unexpectedly. Toby left on a cloudy, rainy day. She went to sing with angels. The famous fan debate, a girl or a dog. For decades, a popular, light-hearted debate persisting among old-school music fans regarding the true identity of Toby, because the lyrics mention childhood companionship, waiting by the phone, and returning to a house. A portion of listeners originally misinterpreted the song as a tribute to a lost pet dog passing away. However, the lyrics explicitly clarify it is about a young woman called her on her private phone. Her mother answered that, and according to sources to the group, the song was inspired by a real-life childhood friend of Eugene Record. They grew apart, and by the time he realized his true romantic feelings and returned home to find her, he discovered she'd had tragically died. Music presentation. The track sets up its devastating, emotional punchline beautifully. It opens with lush swirling strings and a gentle tenor lead by Eugene Record that feels warm and nostalgic, making the abrupt mournful ending where the group sings about her death even more staggering for the listener. And so I hope that you guys enjoyed this this look back and review on this terrific group that is having to be around when they first started. Well, not quite when they first started. When I found them, they had already been singing for a few years. I was actually born in 1962. So, but I remember vividly playing that music over and over again, especially Old Girl and Have You Seen Her? And Toby. For the longest time, a lot of people thought Toby was a pet dog that ran away. So hopefully I cleared that up for all you old school fans of this terrific group, again called the Shallites. Only one original member is still around today at 83, Mr. Thompson. All the rest of them, unfortunately, had passed. And Mr. Thompson continues to keep the legacy of the group. He continues to keep it going with a star on the Hollywood Hall of Fame. A lot of times these groups die out simply because the members dies, and then sometimes they are replaced with new members just to keep the group going. So it all just depends on the setup of the group. Like the Temptation, a lot of the original members of the Temptation are gone, except for one. That's because they had, over the years, they would continually to allow or induct new members into the group, thereby keeping the group itself going and keeping the legacy going. When you have a group that's organized like this, it's what you call not only a group but also a business. And so some of these groups have that business experience, and then some don't. Some runs their business or their group as business, and then some do not. And the ones that do not, as you can see, they simply fade out when all the members passed away. Unfortunately, that is the game of life. But fortunately, we have their music and their work to enjoy for years and years to come. For some of these, music is very sustainable, no matter what generation that you're from. But that's going to do it for this video. Once again, we thank you for rocking with us and tuning in to each and every episode. Again, this is Hollywood Insiders, and I'm your host, John Shaft. Hopefully we'll see you again in the next video. Again, we thank you for watching.